All right, we live with it. So today we're gonna talk about AI and how it's advancing, and also just a little bit of a urgent message from Pope Leo talking about AI. And everybody knows AI is a really cool technology, and you can basically get fast answers. It can write your resume. It can help you solve problems. I've had AI help me get my car fixed. My truck needed some things, tell it the problems, tell it the codes, and it'll help me get it fixed. So AI is a great invention. It's a great assistant. It helps you solve problems. It helps you, you know, get your plans in order. Okay. But AI is not your normal technology because AI can actually train and get smarter. It can advance. It could be deployed into robots, you know. So it's a little bit different than these other technologies, like let's say the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna get into Pope Leo giving us a bit of a warning on AI, and then we'll probably watch something else too, something by Elon Musk, what he said about AI too. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Of artificial intelligence. The Pope has talked a lot about AI in the last year. He has a math degree from Villanova, by the way, and it is now the subject of his first encyclical, a papal declaration. It is full of warnings, as Chris Livesay of CBS shows us.
A message so urgent, Pope Leo presented the teaching himself in person, unprecedented for a pontiff. Another break from tradition? Vatican outsiders alongside him, none more conspicuous than Christopher Ole, an atheist and co-founder of AI company Anthropic, recently thrust into a public clash with the Trump administration over its use in the military and surveillance.
If this technology is coming, it must go well.
By the way, this guy that's a co-founder of Anthropic is going to be huge. It's going to be a huge IPO. Um, so getting to that investment, just knowing where the world is heading, whether we like it or not, some of these investments when it comes to AI and these data centers and memory, quantum and things of that nature, they're gonna pop, they're gonna boom, it's gonna go crazy. Just because, you got a lot of people, a lot of politicians, a lot of, you know, people that run the world, run the system, they are pushing for AI to work. So keep in mind Anthropic.
For our common home and for the children to come. The questions raised by AI are bigger than the AI research community.
In the document, Leo, who holds a math degree, openly warns that AI could make civilization less human, as well as hollow out the middle class, create mass unemployment, and concentrate wealth in the hands of the few.
And this is what's going to happen eventually. Once we get to a cashless society, and once, they start rolling out UBI, which is universal basic income, and they want people to just basically chill and get paid, that's when we basically sold out as the middle class. And the middle class already been shrinking for a long time. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. The middle class keeps, working until they're 70, 75, you know. So mass unemployment is going to happen just because of artificial intelligence being able to take over jobs. They got Waymo cars driving themselves in Atlanta. They got literally driving cars, like literally driving cars, like nobody's behind the wheel, nobody's controlling it. These cars are just driving cars by themselves. So just, a few years ago, a lot of people weren't seeing this coming, but it's here now. So AI is going to be definitely just advanced at a rapid rate. And whoever owns AI stocks and the AI companies and stuff like that, and then of course the quantum that's coming out, they're going to have what? Concentrated wealth. So what he's saying, I'm kind of agreeing with it.
Yet the Chicago native stresses technology is not inherently evil, says Cardinal Michael Cherney. So this is not an all-out rebuke of artificial intelligence.
Oh, no. It's artificial intelligence is a great human achievement, but we can't renounce responsibility. That's the main point.
What a great sign of hope it is.
Just as the Industrial Revolution transformed labor and capital, the AI revolution is transforming humanity itself, the Pope cautions.
Now, are we going to ruin it, or are we going to make it good and better? That's the question.
The pontiff also used this teaching as an opportunity to apologize for the Catholic Church's role in legitimizing slavery and for failing to condemn it for centuries. He called the Church's track record a wound in Christian memory. Chris Livesay, CBS News.
That's real. See, the church never really stuck up for black people and condemned slavery. That's a big deal, and he's being honest. I wish, the churches in America could be more honest too. But slavery is not condemned. It's actually, people act like it almost never happened in church, but people need to start realizing, like, slavery was really the worst thing that ever happened to anybody, to be honest. Any group of people, considering that, it was torture, forced work, no pay, families getting split up, of course, torture in the worst ways. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and let's slide over to what Elon Musk said about AI real quick. And then we go ahead and hop off this. It's an older clip by Elon. But Elon is, you never know, he could be part AI, for all I know, considering that he actually helped found OpenAI. You know what I'm saying? So he's an innovator in AI, innovator in electric cars. He is an innovator in SpaceX, space exploration. He has a bunch of satellites for his company Starlink. So this guy is doing a lot of things that normal people don't do. So could he have artificial intelligence, or maybe it's something even deeper than this? He could be, you know what I'm saying, not a regular person. You know what I'm saying? And if you read the Bible, you know that there was Nephilim, that there was different bloodlines and things of that nature. Revelations 2:9. But let's go ahead and check this out.
You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out. Artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Just like that. With artificial intelligence, he's basically saying mankind is summoning the demon. Because the thing about artificial intelligence, it's replicating humans. Okay, we have natural intelligence. That's artificial intelligence. That being said, it's literally copying everything we're doing, and it has a ability to keep on going longer than humans can. They don't need bathroom breaks. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to eat. So we're basically replacing ourselves with a technology that is replicating us, and us being the top of the food chain, the smartest and the, basically dominating the world. If you have another technology that can replicate us and actually learn and process things faster, then that's a problem. And even though it's going to help a lot, it's also going to have a lot of different negative factors, just to be honest with y'all. But that being said, AI is good, but it's also bad. Just like your phone, you can use it for good or for bad. So with life, there's definitely a balance. With everything. Just like in the Bible, you don't want to be gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and eat a meal, but you don't want to stuff yourself full and be gluttonous. So definitely a balance in life. And you have to know, like, okay, if you use artificial intelligence, that's cool. It's not a problem. But just know that what it's turning into, you just have to be aware that it could turn into something a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Just like Elon said, he said we're summoning the beast, summoning demons, and he's probably not lying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like at least they have to tell you the truth You know what I'm saying? They have to really, they tell you the truth in movies a lot, but they have to throw it out there. They throw it right in your face a lot of times. And things do tend to manifest and happen the way they say, just because, when you have people like Elon Musk and his friends and rich people, they tend to push the world in the direction they see fit. And they have their plans, they have their lobbyists, they have their people that they pay to influence different things in the economy and in the political landscape. So that being said, he said it. You got the Pope Leo saying it. So you just got to be thinking about like, hey, this AI is, it seems helpful and everything, but y'all seen the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. That movie was pretty telling on how robots start off great. They, help policing neighborhoods, helping people's cars not getting broken. In Atlanta, they got iRobot dogs now. Maybe not iRobot, but like on some like robotic dogs. They're literally recording, they're watching, making sure people's cars aren't getting broken into. You know what I'm saying? So, see, I'll put up. All right, bet. Let's see if we could see one. I put robot dogs Atlanta. Let's see what we got here.
Residents living in the Castleberry Hills neighborhood are fed up with crime, so they tried something new: robotic security dogs. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Atlanta, where residents say they have found the solution, Denise, to their problem.
Yeah, the solution: robotic dogs like this one that patrols the parking lot inside a gated area and another outside in the perimeter. And they are ready to react if an intruder comes on the property.
The robots operate on the schedule that a security guard would, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Crime fighting robot.
This is the thing. The AI, it's helping people. I get it's helping people from their cars getting broken into, but the security guard that was supposed to work the 8-hour shift is probably not going to be working that shift now. So the AI and the robots and these stuff going to take away from jobs. And granted, they could probably still hire a person and have the robot working at the same time. That's cool. But you can see how the robots could definitely interfere with how people make a living. But yeah, do you guys think this robotic dog is scary enough to really have somebody not break into a car? In my opinion, it's kind of small, but it did say it would react. So I wonder what it would do to somebody if it caught somebody. But either way, I mean, it is a deterrent nonetheless, because no one wants to get caught up uh stealing and get, I'm sure this goes directly to the police or whoever.
Robotic dogs are now patrolling the GE Lofts and the Castleberry Hills neighborhood of Atlanta.
We go to bed, a team logs into our camera systems. They're verifying the alerts that get thrown up on our cameras.
If the team monitoring the cameras sees something suspicious, they send in the dog.
We can have a person on the other side of every robot to go communicate with them, contact authorities, and de-escalate the situation.
Just recently, a man managed to force his way onto the property. Cameras picked up his movements. The dog was deployed. In November, I talked to residents at GE Lofts after these 6 guys, some with guns, were caught on camera in the parking lot. Residents were frustrated, saying they had tried every security measure they could think of: a large gate topped with wire, bright lighting, multiple.
Well, I could see why, they got a whole team looking at the cameras and why they decided to invest in the robot dog, because 6 guys hopping over the fence to break in cars with guns, that's a pretty tough situation. Especially if you live there, like, that's a bad look. Like, imagine you go out to your car to grab your lighter or to go grab, some groceries that you forgot in the car or something. Boom. You see 6 guys climbing the fence. Come on, bro. Not cool. Not somewhere you want to live. So I understand why they have the iRobot dogs now.
Cameras, and none of it stopped the criminals.
They just methodically went through every vehicle in the parking lot.
After seeing their robotic dog in action, residents believe they finally have a solution.
They're out and alert when we're sleeping in bed and protecting our things and keeping out the scary guys. So so far it's a win-win.
The founder of Undaunted says down the road, they hope to work with the police department so officers can see what the dogs see and respond if necessary.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Eventually, the police will have their own dogs, maybe bigger. Maybe they'll have taser attachment that can shoot at you. Maybe they'll have an arm apparatus that can, clench your arms together or squeeze you up, shock you. You just never know. Like these, anything's possible when it comes to building and technology at this point, because where we're at in this life and this timeline, it's like, whatever you think about, you can basically make it in some type of way. Just look at 3D printers. They're 3D printing houses now. Like that's something we would never thought about a decade ago. Some of these things, But it goes to show the next decade is going to be even more insane when it comes to advancements, because as you can see, artificial intelligence started, sprouting up around 2015 and 2020, really 2020. But we've been had Siri in our phones. We've been had, touch screen. I mean, fingerprint, and you got the face recognition when you open your phone. Like all this stuff, the technology's been advancing, but now we're seeing a leap with artificial intelligence. And also, you got AI agents now that can basically do everything for you. You don't even have to have a full team anymore. So it's getting pretty cool, but also it's a little bit interesting to see how, it's going to affect the economy. And it's going to be good, it's going to be bad, but, you just got to pray for the best, because at the end of the day, we don't got no choice in this stuff. Technology doesn't wait for nobody. It doesn't wait for nobody. So it's evolving and it's doing what it's going to do. So either way, just got to, make sure that you are touching earth, getting outside, reading your Bible, focusing on your health and getting right. But yeah, I'm out. That's the warning. You got this AI just evolving and evolving. But yeah, I'm out. Peace and blessings.